So I'm going to show you how to turn your yard from this grass into this nice rock, low maintenance, low water, and beautiful looking. So let's get started. Okay, so here's what our front yard looked like when it's all said and done, and we're very happy with it. Very low maintenance, very little water. We cut a lot of water use. So we wanted to take our grass out because here in Northern California, it's hard to grow grass. This looks good right now because it was early in the season, but by summertime, you have to pump a lot of money into it, a lot of water to keep it alive. And with watering restrictions, it just becomes very difficult. So we wanted to remake the front. And this short video is going to show you how you can do it for a very, very cheap price, most likely under $1,000. So we're going to start with, first thing I had to do is take out my grass water sprinklers. That's what they look like in your lawn. They're little rotary things that I had. You may or may not have had these. And this is what they look like. You kind of got to dig them out and they just unscrew. So they come out very easily once you dig the dirt around them out. And then, so all these had to remove. I had like 6 or 7 of these in the front yard. And then after these are removed, you have to, what you should do is shut the valve off completely so there's no way water's going to come back out of it. And what you do is there's 2 wires to each valve, and you simply unhook the wires from the common and make that way that valve will never work again. So the first thing you have to do, one of the biggest things of the job is getting the grass out, and this is what I had to use. This is a sod lifter. They're difficult to use. I rented this at Home Depot for like $100 for a day, but it does get the job done once you learn how to do it. There's other videos on how to use this thing. It's big, it's bulky, and it's heavy, but as you can see, it does the job. It did a good job for me, and I had a lot more sod than what you see here. So you're going to have a lot of sod left over, and I suggest if you have any amount of space to do that, you get a sod lifter or have someone do it for you. Once you get it going, it works really well. And so once the sod is out, then it's just what you're going to do is you're going to start raking it, and you're going to clean things up. You're going to cut twigs out. It doesn't have to be perfect. I took about a ½ inch down from my drive and the sidewalk, and just keep raking it out and cleaning it to get it nice and ready for the next step. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take that big olive tree out. We didn't want it in there, so we had the gas lines marked, which you should do anytime you dig. Have them marked, and that way you don't hit anything. And so there goes the olive tree, because we wanted to put something smaller in there so the house could be seen better, look nicer. And so we're going to put a little red tree in there right there. Looks nice. Okay. And now we're ready to move forward with the next step, and that is starting to look at some plants and what we want to do in the front area. And so what we did is we went and got some plants, and I suggest you get them and just set them out. Don't dig yet, and kind of move them around. We moved them around a couple times, like it here, like it there. Make sure you account for that they're going to grow. They're going to get wider. Okay, so get them to where you want them. Think about it over a couple days. Make sure you got it where you want it, and then dig your holes. I dug them nice and deep and wide, and then we put some fresh dirt in there and let's get them some nutrients. And so this is the way it looked before we put the plants in. And so so far so good. We got the plants in, we got the holes dug. Again, this is not very complicated stuff. And the next thing we're going to move to is putting the water lines in. Okay, so in California, you have to have a drip line if these plants are going to survive in the summer. So what I did is I tied in to the right there by that bush on the right, bottom right there, and using some water lines. These are about 3/4 inch, a little less. I tied into them with a simple some tools you get at the hardware store, and these are just snap in. You don't need any special tools to put these on. The one I just showed you is just simple, straightforward, hook 2 lines up. This one here, you can hook up at a right angle. You could hook into the middle of a line if you needed to. And as you can see, they just go on real easy. It's just push, and screw in, and that's all it is. It's very easy. So it was really easy for me to tap into an existing line and extend the line to my new area. And this is a little hole punch here. This is for the little feeder lines that actually go from the main line to the plant. And what you do is you put a little hole in it, your main feeder line, where near the plant. And then you're going to take your feeder line and you're going to push it in there with the little tool there. And then the hose is going to attach to this. And then you run that to your plant. And again, give it some space. Don't put it right at the plant. Give it a few inches. The plant's going to grow, so you don't want this thing getting wrapped up in the roots of it. And once you put it in there, that's your feeder line. It's very straightforward, really simple to do. Anybody can do this. And all these are at your local hardware store, all these parts. Fairly cheap also, not expensive to do. So that's what I did to run the line. Now the next thing you're going to need is fabric barrier. And you want to put this down because you don't want weeds popping out all over the place. Okay, it's really going to help. So these come in 4-foot strips. And I had about 50 yards of it, and you just roll it out. You use these little clips here to just push through it and pin it down. And you pin it all down nice and neat. You cut the sides of it out, and you cut the holes where the plants are. Very nice, and you're really going to be glad you did that to keep the weeds out. It really does a good job. There you see my feeder lines are in. I'm running those to each of the plants. We put a few rocks in to make it look a little nicer, merge with the front of the house. And so everything's looking good. We got all that done. And now it's time to get the rock. And this is a Mocha lava rock. We got about 4.5 yards of it for our front here. And actually, I need a little more. So be careful. Overestimate instead of underestimating because delivery costs are quite substantial. Delivery here is $90 if you don't get 4 yards or more. So anyway, you just put the rock in there. You rake it smooth. Rake it around your plants. And it's going to look kind of dirty when you first get it, but as it rains, it'll wash the rock off really nice. And then you'll really start to see the color of it come out. And I can't tell you how happy we are and pleased with this. It's very, very little maintenance. The drip line saves a lot of water. It looks great. And it's just one of the best things we've done for our house. Under $1,000. The rock's only $55 to $60 a yard. So you can see that's not a lot of money with 5 yards. $300 to $400 in rock here, and maybe another $200 in plants, some watering lines, but still well worth it. And we not only did this side of our house, but we also did the other side. So I hope you like this video. I hope it's helped you. I hope it encourages you to do something with your front yard. Please hit the like button if you like this video. Please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our channels. We'll have more videos around the house and other videos that I think will be helpful to you. Thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.